The medic who fought a war without firing his gun once. Picture a battlefield, the sound of gunfire ringing in your ears, and chaos all around. Now imagine stepping onto that battlefield with no weapon, just a medical bag and a steadfast belief in your faith. This was the reality for Desmond Doss, a hero who refused to take a weapon into combat, but still saved the lives of 75 soldiers during World War II. But why did he do this? Well, watch the video till the end as we delve into the incredible story of Desmond Doss, a true hero who stood by his principles and earned the Congressional Medal of Honor for his bravery.
Corporal Desmond T. Doss of Lynchburg, Virginia, also receives the nation's highest decoration.
Welcome to History Flicks, your destination for exploring and reliving the stories of war and its warriors. We dive deep into history, showing you the amazing stories of those who fought for their beliefs and bring them to life for you to experience and learn from. So, let's get started. In a world filled with violence and chaos, it can be hard to believe in the power of one person to make a difference. But Desmond Doss' story is a testament to the fact that even in the darkest of times, one person's selflessness and courage can change the course of history. He was a man who refused to take a weapon into battle, instead choosing to save lives as a combat medic. This is the story of Desmond Doss, a man who refused to kill, but instead chose to save lives.
And they trust me. I didn't feel like I should value my life above my buddies, so I decided to stay with them.
But before we continue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Desmond Doss was not your Marvel superhero. He was beyond that, and clearly was a man who, despite his religious beliefs, decided to join the United States Army during World War II, which is, by the way, an incredible thing. Doss was a strict Seventh-day Adventist, a Christian denomination that believed in nonviolence and a healthy vegetarian diet. Doss believed that war was just, but he felt that taking the life of another human being under any circumstance was wrong. This conflict led him to join the army as a conscientious objector, refusing to carry a weapon into combat. Doss was assigned to an infantry unit, the 77th Division, and assumed that his classification as a conscientious objector would not require him to carry a weapon. However, his commanding officer tried to pressure him into carrying a weapon, believing that he would be more of a liability than an asset in combat. Doss refused, citing his religious beliefs and the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." His vigor might seem unrealistic in today's era, but clearly, a true warrior is someone who values his principles more than his life.
And on May the 2nd, Doss, when I was wounded in the face, you gave me a morphine shot and bandaged my head and led me back to that cargo net.
A rarity indeed. Interestingly, even for medics at the time, it was common practice to carry either an M1911A1 pistol or M1 carbine for self-defense purposes. The rules state that a medic under the Geneva Convention is not forbidden from carrying a weapon, but if a medic fires his weapon, they stop being classed as a medic and can be legitimately fired upon by the enemy. The regimental chaplain, Captain Stanley, soon understood Doss's protests and helped him transfer from rifleman to medical training. Doss's fellow soldiers mocked his religious beliefs when he was reading the Bible daily and strictly observing the Seventh-day Adventist tradition of attending church every Saturday. Doss continuously requested to be allowed to have Saturdays off rather than Sundays in order to follow his Adventist beliefs.
I didn't feel like I was much of a Christian, that I could accept a discharge off my religion, and I couldn't accept it.
In the end, Captain Stanley took this up with divisional headquarters, and it was decided that Doss's soldiers would have Saturdays off just as other men had Sundays off. This made Doss even more unpopular with his fellow soldiers, as they saw him as having it easy. He was accused of privileges and was forcefully indulged in accusations of clerical relations. Nonetheless, these accusations did not once annoy him enough to retaliate with his words. Instead, he did something that changed people's perspective about him. As Doss was a strict vegetarian at the time and it was unusual, it meant that the rest of the unit viewed him with distrust and hostility. One man in his unit even warned him ominously, "When we go into combat, Doss, you're not coming back alive. I'm going to shoot you myself." Doss, however, remained steadfast in his beliefs and eventually became an army combat medic, saying, "While others are taking life, I will be saving it."
I was wounded very seriously in the left lung and left knee, and Doss was the only medic left at that time.
Are you enjoying this video so far? Just keep watching to learn all about the amazing turnaround in Desmond's life and career. But before you do that, save your own life by hitting that like and subscribe button. The turning point for Doss and his relationship with his company came with their first 25-mile march with a full field pack and rifle, something they were expected to achieve in 8 hours. The other soldiers thought Doss would be having it easy as he would be carrying no rifle or ammo that day, but his 2 canvas medical bags were almost as heavy and much more awkward to carry than any rifle. As the march progressed, the men started to suffer from exhaustion, numerous blistered feet, and dehydration. Some even passed out, but all the time there was Doss, always with a helping hand, proving once again that your zeal and will to achieve a goal can move mountains. The climax of Desmond Doss's story came during the Battle of Okinawa in April to June 1945. As a combat medic, Doss saved the lives of dozens of his comrades.
Gave first aid to the other 3 men that were hit with me. He sent us back and he remained there under fire. Doss, I owe you my life.
Often exposing himself to enemy fire in order to reach the wounded. He refused to carry a weapon, but instead used his medical training to save lives. Despite facing hostility and ridicule from his fellow soldiers, Doss never wavered in his beliefs and continued to selflessly serve and save lives. His bravery and heroism during this battle earned him the Medal of Honor, the United States of America's highest and most prestigious military award. This moment was the pinnacle of Doss's story, showcasing his unwavering convictions, selflessness, and ultimate bravery. Desmond Doss's story is one of courage, conviction, and selflessness. Despite the hostility and rigidity he faced from his fellow soldiers, he never wavered in his beliefs and ultimately saved the lives of countless men.
He braved enemy shelling and small arms fire to assist a wounded artillery officer.
He was truly a remarkable individual and an inspiration to us all. He showed that even in the face of adversity, one can remain true to themselves and their beliefs while still serving their country and saving the lives of others. He was a true hero in every sense of the word, and his legacy will live on forever. Doss's story is a reminder that every individual has their own unique set of beliefs and values, and that we should respect and honor those differences. It is a reminder that we should never judge or ridicule others for their beliefs, even if they may be different from our own. Doss's example of selflessness and courage in the face of adversity is something that we can all learn from and strive to emulate in our own lives. So let us all take a page from Doss's book and be the heroes our world needs. You could start from the base level in any shape or form, and if you religiously keep following your beliefs, you could well end up with an integrity and piousness like Doss's. But do you agree that he was a sane patriot, or was he crazy for risking his life like that? Let us know what you think about it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Meet you in the next one. Till then, stay safe.